Hi, once again, welcome back to my channel. And on my channel, I film about growth, development, and lifestyle. But I thought about it. I think I should share all of the books that I've read this year, 2024. And this is not going to be in any particular order, it's just me talking about various books that I've read. Some of them I handpicked, and others were just recommendations from my friends. And of course, I had to read a few. But most importantly, I'll tell you the one that actually really shocked me. It was about Netflix. So let me know if this is what you're looking out for. Please stay tuned and keep first on my list is Netflix. And the title of the book is No Rules by Erin Meyer and Reed Hastings. After reading this book, so my background is in HR. I did HR for first degree and then my master's international business in HR. I realized that of course that things change, especially relating to culture. After reading this book, I was quite surprised because it defied loads of practices in the human resources space. So for instance, most companies will be like, want to try to see how we can reduce fee, reduce costs, and then reduce the amount of pay that's been made. Instead, they would rather pay the highest. Aside that, when companies are trying to track expenses, are trying to track holiday pay and all of that stuff, it's quite different when working at Netflix. And I'm certain that most of the staff at Netflix can attest to how working at Netflix is so different from the previous places that they have worked. Guys, go and read No Rules. It gives you in-depth, insightful information about what's happening with the culture at Netflix. It's totally different. If you're looking out for innovation, if you're looking out for a company that's quite flexible and places more emphasis of context over control, then you should work at Netflix. This is not a paid ad. Anyway, so that's the first on my list. Although that was not the first book I read for this year, but I'm just putting that out. Secondly, would be Slay in Your Lane. Guess. It's by Yomi Adegoke and Elizabeth Uvie Binene. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but this particular book helped me understand how living here as an immigrant and how to relate and how to react to things and how to really just put myself out there. So if you're a young black girl, or even I think it cuts across gender, you could actually just pick up the book and read it. And guess what? The person that recommended the book to me was a man because he saw the need for me to read that book to understand what it means living abroad. Third on the list is a book by Erin Meyer, Culture Map. You should read Culture Map. If you're a professional, you should actually do read Culture Map. It's very interesting. So it just kind of broadens your perspective about how cultures and how you should act and how people place a particular level of expectancy on your behavior and how you should treat people. It even goes into details as writing emails and how people perceive how you speak to them, if you're respectful or if you're disrespectful, or even your tone of the message is also an issue. Because, for instance, people see that the Asian culture, they're more respectful, and even as much as they are meticulous, they also want a bit of direction from the superior, which contrasts with perhaps living in the UK, whereby expression of self is actually recognized. So I think you should read Culture Map. It's a very, very, very interesting book. Now, that's the third book. The fourth book is Create a Gendered a Balanced Workplace by Anne Franco. I mean, just reading that book just helped me open my eyes like to hard data, like to the statistics with living here in the UK and how people are underpaid. And it cuts across industries. So if you want to see like the trend on how gender is an issue in the workplace, I think you should read that book by Anne Franco. I think she's also the president or something of the CMI, Chartered Management Institute. It's a very, very good book, and it's also good for CEOs. It's also good for young people, for them to know how to target themselves, how to, focus on industries that they can really get the highest pay. I said it. Anyway, so the fifth book that I have read is Play Bigger by R. Ramadan, Dave Pearson, Christopher Lockhead, and Kevin money. It's a very interesting book. I think it focuses more on how startups can actually pitch themselves to do really great things. So techniques to go about it and how to think about more market wise. Now, the sixth of my book, that's Africa Reimagined, is a very interesting book. So it talks about the issues the African society faces and then how the leaders can actually resolve these issues. So aside just highlighting the issues and the problems, it also makes clear points and provisions on how African can deal with her own problems. I'm not sure. I think it's about seven of them, six or seven. Yeah. Anyway, so those are the seven books that I've read so far in 2024. Do you have any recommendations? Do you think I should also read other books? Just let me know. When book is Coach Your Team. All right. It's a very, very, very interesting book that teaches you how to coach your team. Of course, you know that as you begin to climb the career ladder, the skills, the knowledge that you've had in your previous role, you might not totally apply all of them because, of course, you're going into a new position, which will require new skills. So it's a very, very good book. I think you should read it by Liz Hall. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying up to this time. Do have a lovely day. Bye.